Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Empire, where we dominate the crypto market. My name is Connor and we're back for another live stream. And this is an exciting live stream because Jerome Powell just essentially confirmed rate cuts in September. The odds and prediction markets have soared to above 96% for a rate cut in September, and crypto is pumping. We are seeing massive green candles across the board. And in my last live stream I did just 2 days ago, I made it very clear we were undergoing a complete bullshit pullback. Now hopefully you guys see what I mean by that. All right, now let's get into the charts and start off like we always do with our crypto market overview. All right, lads, so real quick, just looking at Ethereum right now. Price held up over here on the previous swing high at $4,093, and we have seen on the 1 hour chart a massive green move. We have seen a pump of basically around 10% from high to low. Just over the past 4 hours, we have seen a pump of 10.9%. So really exciting. On-chain is heating up as well right now. Altcoins seeing a really positive reaction. And all of this, again, occurred. I mean, the move really started a few minutes before Jerome Powell even spoke. So, hey, I mean, it goes to show you what kind of manipulation happens in the market. But regardless, we don't really care that much. We were looking for the pullback to subside because we knew that things were remaining bullish. Okay? No riddles spoken. We made it quite clear. And now we have the result, okay? So again, we want to wait for this daily candle to close. It's morning. So, I mean, quite a bit of time right now for the daily candle to close. ETH is facing the all-time high resistance. I'll show you Bitcoin right now. ETH is noticeably stronger than Bitcoin at the current moment in time, right? Like I said last stream, the capital has shifted. Ethereum is currently in the driver's seat. Ethereum is leading the market. Ethereum is more important to look at and track than Bitcoin at the current moment in time. It is Ethereum's moment in the cycle. Looking at Bitcoin, we had a very strong move over here into 117K. Now, it hasn't quite tapped the Monday high just yet. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen on Bitcoin if it wants to go for the Monday high and if it actually can close above it on the daily. All right. With such a strong move around a news event, right? This is classic manipulation for sure. So we want to see if this move actually sticks. Is this going to be a real breakout? Is it going to stick? Whether or not it sticks, you have to understand, like, the market is bullish, and if we were to dip again, the dip is for buying. Now, this very well could be the start of up-only mode, up-only.exe, as we like to say on crypto Twitter. It very well could be the start of it, but the daily candle close today is really going to tell us a lot of information on what's going to really happen from here on out. All right, and again, going back to the Fed. So our next Fed meeting is going to be in September 16th to 17th. And just after Powell spoke, the odds have skyrocketed, as we can see. Right? They went from 57% to essentially 80% plus for at least a 25% basis point cut. So yeah, I mean, Powell basically just confirmed that the Fed is going to cut rates in September. Whether it's 25 basis points, it doesn't quite look like it's going to be 50 basis points, but whatever, a cut's a cut, right? There's been no cuts in years, so it's the start of it, which is quite interesting to see. I can see we have a super chat coming in right now. Shout out to everyone in the live chat, guys. I really appreciate all you guys. Smash up the like button. We have over 50 people watching, only 10 likes, guys. Smash up that like button right now. Let's get this party started, all right? Big shout out to FBSK2V with the, I believe that's a 10-pound super chat, my man. Thank you for that. He says, good to see you, man. Bags are packed for the stratosphere. And to keep up with the great vibes, what are your highest targets for Arrow, Arb, and Plume? Well, man, listen, these arbitrary price target questions, it's quite hard to, like, I'm not just going to pull a number out of my ass, basically, right? I mean, that's what these price predictions are. So what I'll do is I'll just pull some fibs, okay? And real quick, let's go look at Arrow. And let's go pull up our fib extensions. and I have a video coming out. You guys are definitely not going to want to miss it, about, you know, altcoin season and when we can expect altcoins to top based on pure data and pure charts, right? No hype, no speculation. You guys are definitely going to want to watch that video. So subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss it, and be sure to turn on all the notifications so that you don't miss it. But anyways, for Aerodrome Finance, well, if it's going to run the highs, I would be looking at 289 to around the $3 mark. Absolute max, I would say, would be the 618 at 361. People calling for $10 and things like that. I mean, that's a very, very high hope, right? You have to understand the market cap. Let's go look at the market cap of Aero right now. What is it? I mean, of course, it could shatter these price predictions, right? It could shatter, and it could go to like way higher than 280 to 350 or whatever. But this is already at a 1.3 billion market cap, okay? So, you know, are you looking for 10 billion? I mean, I wouldn't be so sure about that. But again, you want to watch the video I'm going to release soon about essentially the top of altcoin season. In regards to altcoin season, let me finish answering the super chat before I get into my next segment of the live stream. Shout out to FBSK2V again for that super chat. Anyways, for Arb and Plume, Arb's an interesting one. I mean, this thing's cheap as chips right now at 54 cents. I mean, I wouldn't have expectations that this makes a new all-time high. I would be looking maybe for like up here, around $2. And last one is going to be Plume, Real World Asset Project. Plume, I don't have a lot of data on Plume. I don't have a lot of knowledge on it. So for a price prediction, I mean, I'm really not too sure. 250 million market cap currently. I mean, it looks like it's at an interesting point right now down here at the range lows. So if you're bullish on this, I mean, this still looks like a good place to be buying this project. If you are bullish on it, of course. I'm not telling you to buy or sell this asset, but I mean, it should, if it's going to run, this is a classic, like, you know, the coin launches, you go in a range, you break the range and you go for the move, the pump. So, you know, we could be seeing moves maybe to the negative 618 at 35 cents, maybe even higher, right? 250 mil. So if it goes over here to 35 cents, we're talking, was that around 4x or so? So that would be around $1 billion market cap, which, you know, that's a nice round psychological number. But yeah, I mean, we'll say 35 cents for now, but really we're going to want to go off of not just individual charts, individual altcoins. We want to use indexes and real data with history to be proven correct. And again, I'm going to release a video soon on that, so don't miss that one. But yeah, thank you for the support and the super chat, my man, FBSK2V. Let's get going with our live stream. Guys, from here on out, if you're going to request 3 different coins, I'm not going to answer all 3, okay? We have to keep the live stream moving, and I have to respect my time. So from here on out, that's how it's going to go. But anyways, thank you for that super chat, man. Now, in regards to altcoin season, look, we're not in altcoin season right now. This is the OG altcoin season index, and we're at 53. We're at 53 on the altcoin season index. We need to hit 75 to be officially in altcoin season. The last time this hit was December of 2024, and yes, that was the top of the market. And prior to that, the last time we were officially in altcoin season was March of 2024, which was also the top of the market. All right. So as of right now, like I've been saying, if we dip again, if this move ends up being just a pure manipulation move, the dip is to buy. All right. We are not at the top of the market. Yes, we're later into the cycle. Bitcoin, again, if we look at our targets for Bitcoin this cycle, right, we have our negative fib extensions at 119, which already hit, and we're looking for that next price at $131,000 at the negative 618. So yes, we're close, but typically after Bitcoin tops, so let's say we have a move on Bitcoin up here to 131, and then it just chops around and distributes. Typically we see altcoins pump really hard for like a month and a half after Bitcoin tops out. So we're not at the top yet, guys. We are not at the top. And we're getting into the really, really exciting time of things right now. And just going back to the altcoin season index chart, We are at a 53 at the current moment in time. All right. So this very well could be the start of up only mode right now. Let's go check up on ETH. Right. ETH right now at 46.50. So just a stone's throw away from our all-time high over here at 48.68 on the Binance spot chart. We're very, very close to the all-time high. Again, we want to look how this daily candle closes today. Right. If the daily candle closes strong, guys, I'd say that there's a very high likelihood that we are going to run this all-time high and make a new all-time high. So that's very exciting stuff. We have another super chat from Bob's My Uncle for Wild. Listen, guys, all right, we'll go check it. Right, we gotta respect the super chats, but really, I want to keep this live stream moving. Shout out to Bob's My Uncle, my man. Good to see you. Here we go. Here is Wilder World on the daily time frame. So it's struggling over now, depending again on how things go here with our daily candle close. You know, we could look for the break of 50 cents very, very soon. If it doesn't, I would be looking, if it wants to dip further, again, all dips are currently for buying in my very own humble opinion. If you're bullish on an altcoin, it is not the time to sell it. All right, in my opinion, at least. You can do whatever you want, of course. If you're up a ton of money and whatever you want to sell, take profits, yes, that's smart. Move it into cash and, you know, wait for better times to be buying things. But if you're bullish on a coin and you have conviction that it's going to go higher, now is just not the time to sell it, in my opinion. So anyways, if this ends up dipping further below, I would be looking for, I like the daily 200, the daily 200 EMA lining up with this level of daily demand down here. This is some nice confluence, and that's coming in at 28 cents. So Bob, I would say that all in all, you want to look for that break of 50 cents. When it does, it's probably going to send really hard. If it continues to reject off of 50 cents, I would be looking in this daily demand zone if you wanted to add to your position. Hope that helps, my man. Thank you for that super chat. Guys, smash up that like button right now. Let's get some hype in here, right? Let's get some hype in the chat, W's in the chat. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Smash the likes. Let's go, Ghost. My man Ghost in here. He says, let's go, lads. Smash the likes. I love it. I love the energy. We need more of that in here. Where's the hype at? Where's the hype? I mean, we called this move somewhat perfectly from the last live stream. Where's the hype at, guys? Smash up the like buttons. Let's go. Anyways, here is USDT dominance. So the real tell on USDT dominance, in my opinion, for this move was the fact that it didn't close above the 2-day supply zone. Right? We had this 2-day supply zone over here at 4.4%. And the 2-day candles wicked above it, but they did not close above the 2-day supply. And this was really the main tell, in my opinion, for this crazy pump we're seeing right now. All right. If we would have closed above the 2-day supply, that was a very high indication that this would have wanted to go for 4.60, but it never did close above on the 2-day. All right, it rejected, it rejected twice, and it closed below. So now we have a very positive reaction. Again, when this chart goes down, there is an inverse correlation. So when this chart goes down, crypto goes up, and we're seeing that. Now, this is currently at 4.22%. I mean, technically, yes, this is a level of demand on the daily, right? You can see how there's an imbalance. You can see the very large move that occurred from here just, on Sunday, August 17th. So, again, we have to see how this daily candle is going to close. If it closes below this daily supply, I mean, that is a very strong indication that this is all systems go. And it wants to go ahead and head back down to the level that is marked the top for 3 times this cycle, basically, which is at 3.8%. So daily close today is going to be quite telling. If we have a strong daily close to the downside, that's a very strong indication we are going to go for 3.8%, which means Ethereum to new all-time highs. Bitcoin probably goes for that 131 target. And altcoins start really ramping up and putting in some big, big green dildos. So very exciting stuff, guys. And let's watch the daily close today on USDT dominance. Let's check it out. We'll see what happens. As of right now, it looks very positive. Let me see what's going on right now in the live chat, guys. Smash up the like button. We have Reverend Flashback. What's up, Reverend? How are you, my man? I'm doing great. Hope you are too. Shout out to All Day Dre, aka DreMan100. I like the username, Dre. We have Armzilla as well. He says ETH to 5K. Yes, sir. I think it's going higher than that, but let's not count any chickens before they hatch. Shout out to Canel3402. He says, hey, Connor, thoughts on React? I'm not really sure about that one right now. Maybe we'll take a look at it later on. Shout out to Semi187. Good to see you as well. We got our boy Shane Stridham. What's up, Shane? Coming in from the UK. Oi, oi. What's up, brother? Love it. Start of the last leg. It very well could be, my man. Glaucus SR5. Another influencer said yesterday, rate cuts don't matter. They matter in the sense that people speculate on what's going to happen with a rate cut, right? The market is based off of everyone's opinion and trades from all around the world, from the biggest institutions to normal retail traders like you and I. All right, so yes, rate cuts matter in the sense that it's like a mass consciousness, right? Everyone's thinking, oh, rate cuts bullish, things like this. So it does influence the market. So in that sense, they do matter, right? From a more macro perspective. Semi187, he says, obliterate the like button. I like that one. Yes, obliterate the like button. Obliterate it. William Chung Ching. What's up, William Chung Ching? Where are you coming in from, my man? Is it racist if I ask if you're coming in from China? With that name, William Chung Ching. Hey, man, don't take it, I'm just asking. But hey, thanks for the support. Let's go look at Tau real quick. So Tau bounced off of the 330 level again. Let me pull up my Tau chart. So yeah, this 330 level, this demand is, we had another touch and we're seeing another bounce from it. So we're going to find out, right? We saw the last time that this demand was tested, it produced a lower high, okay? So now we have it coming in again. Is it really strong still? Is there enough buyers from 330? The low was put in at 329. Is there enough buyers from this demand to see us go and push and start making higher highs? We're going to find out. I hope so. Right? My big bag of Tau sure hope so. We're going to find out soon. Well, we don't really, I say we don't really want to see it, but at the same time, I perfectly welcome it. Because again, if we end up dipping, like if we break these lows, it's a buy, right? Because the demand is much stronger down here around 297. Okay, look at how much time price spent over here around 320, 330, right? Look at how much time price spent here. This indicates that there's a fair balance between buyers and sellers. Look how much time spent at 297, 295. Less than a day. This tells us that the buyers are really, really strong down here. So again, if we dip, it's a buy. We should welcome it. If this rally ends up failing, okay, because again, this demand is getting weaker with every tap at 330. If this demand does end up failing and we get a chance to bid 297, that's great. If we pump from here, that's great too. We're already exposed. So that's how I'm looking at the market currently, right? There's no fear right now, guys. There's times to be scared and there's times to be bullish. Now is not the time to be scared. It's not the time to be scared at all. So yeah, I hope that makes perfect sense. But my man, William Ching Chung, no worries, bro. If you caught Tau down here around 330. And Zora as well right now. Zora from my video, guys. If you guys watched that Zora video I posted, what is it, 3 weeks ago now? Yeah, 3 weeks ago. I made the plan extremely simple. I said buy it in the daily fair value gap over here. Oh, it went a little bit below. If you're not an over leveraged monkey, that shouldn't affect you. All right. Still, if you just bought in the fair value gap, this thing pumped 130%. And yeah, anyways, beautiful trade, guys. Smash up the like button if you appreciate this type of analysis. Smash it up. Shout out to Guts Motors, my man Guts Motors. Good to see you. Shout out to Fiat Hater 7761, my man Fiat Hater. He says great to see you in the lads. Hey man, it's always a party when we do a live stream and we got all the lads in here. Oi oi, as Shane Stridham says. Glaucus SR5, he says best take on crypto on YouTube, hands down. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Let's see. Dre says, heard anything about Kita KTA? Been researching for the past 2 weeks and seems like it have real world users in the near future. I haven't deep dived into it, but the issue is that, you know, the trade, like at this point, in my opinion, it's over, right? Like I missed it, you missed it if you didn't buy it like down here. I do remember on a live stream, shout out to Ghost. Ghost gave me my credit in the past, right? When it dipped down here, I did have analysis on a stream, and we accurately called this bottom. I didn't buy it personally. I have no problem admitting that. And in my opinion, now I think I missed it. I'm not going to go chase after this coin. 530 million market cap right now. There's going to be other trades, other opportunities to deploy capital if you want to deploy. So, I mean, I wouldn't be in a rush to buy something like this currently. So many people are in a massive profit. So there's a good chance that you will be used as exit liquidity if you end up buying up here. Will it go to billions? Maybe, but still the risk reward is just not worth it, in my opinion, Dre. Shout out to Super Cheems. Maybe we'll look at that one. We have Izan. He says, why did the market pump all of a sudden? Again, Jerome Powell essentially confirmed rate cuts in September. The Fed meeting is on September 16th, 17th. And Powell had a speech around 2 hours and 20 minutes ago, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And he basically confirmed cuts. And the market reacted really, really well to that. So ETH continuing to go for it. We can see right now on the 1 hour candle. Let's go to the 15-minute. I mean, the 15-minute right now, we are just a stone's throw away from the all-time high. What is it, like 2%? 2.7% away from the all-time high on Ethereum. Very, very close. We want to see how this daily candle shapes up. I mean, look, ETH is insanely strong right now. This is insanely strong. I mean, hot damn. What more to say? What more to say? Let's see. What else is going on here? Plume is in the White House official report. Digital fintech partner with... cool. Great to know. I appreciate that information. Shane says, yeah, Shane, it is what it is. It's really on me. I mean, I do understand I need to be like more consistent. But he says, can't believe we're only at like 67 people. Best alpha on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, partly my fault, right? Not being as consistent as I should, but we're going to change that, man. And, we'll get the viewers we deserve. But for now, I mean, we're a small, tight-knit community here on the YouTube live stream. So I guess it's better for you guys, right? You guys have less people means more attention to each and every one of you, I suppose. We have a super chat right now from Bob's my uncle as well. And he says, could your argument for KTA be the same for Tau? Not necessarily. The charts are extremely different. All right, KTA over here has seen a constant bid from June. Kind of near all-time highs, where if we look at Tau, where is Tau here? All right, if we look at Tau, Tau is a completely different chart. Not as close to the all-time highs. Really been in a massive 2-year range. So I wouldn't say the argument is the same whatsoever. Two completely different charts, two completely different assets, and two different completely sectors of crypto. So no, I don't think so. Bob's my uncle. Thank you for the super chat. Hope that helps. Shout out to Fiendsta, my man Fiendsta from London. What is going on? And let's see. Yeah, we'll look at some of these on-chain coins like Bitcoin maybe towards the end. Shane, am I still bullish on Treb? 100%. 100% I'm still bullish on Treble Swap. Basically what's happening right now is the weak hands are just getting shaken out. If you check the on-chain, the people selling are the people who bought extremely early on, mainly pre-sale buyers. So those are the ones essentially in a profit, and they are jeeting. They have weak hands. So this is how bottoms are formed, by getting the weak hands out. And that's just how the market tends to work, not just with Treb, with basically all coins. Okay, the weak hands get shaken out. Early buyers in profits, they sell the bottom. In my opinion, this is very close to the bottom. Maybe it goes lower by people jeeting even more, but once they're out, they're out. And I think it's clear skies after that. So I'm absolutely still bullish on Treb. My conviction has not changed. I understand a lot of people watch my channel because they want to borrow my conviction for a project. I'll have you know my conviction hasn't changed whatsoever. All right. If you check the on-chain, if you look at who's selling, it's literally all very early pre-sale buyers. Get them out. Flush them out. Get the weak hands out. Yeah. That's what I have to say about Treble Swap. And also, with that being said, I mean, look, it's a micro cap coin. Fully diluted valuation 6.7, current circulating market cap 1.4 mil. So this is a micro cap. And if we look at others' dominance, which is our shitcoin index, here it is. If we look at others' dominance, it hasn't started to really move yet. And it's going to really move, or when it really moves, that's when we'll see micro caps pump, and that hasn't happened. So yeah, anyways, my conviction on Treble Swap is unfazed. I'm still very bullish. Fiends, yeah, let's look at Chainlink. I think Chainlink is one of the coins, like one of the big cap coins, that is going to end up pushing and making a new all-time high. Current all-time high is $53. So yeah, Chainlink will make a new high this cycle, and is very strong. I mean, just look at the chart. Like, it shows very, very, very clear interest from buyers. Chainlink is a huge, massive global project. I mean, like working with governments, all of that type of stuff, right? So, and just look at the chart. It's just constant buying. So very strong. And yeah, it's pushing right now above Monday's high, currently trading for $27.60. So we'll see how this daily holds. If it can close above Monday's high, that's a great sign. We do have, let's see how this supply is going to show up. So yeah, I mean, this is in, let's take this weekly supply. This is in fresh weekly supply right now. Right? So we want to take it from where it's fresh. Technically speaking, this would be the entire supply zone. But over here in January 20th, right, price came into this supply zone, and this caused the move down to the lows over here at $10. Okay, so we want to take the supply zone from where it's fresh, which is right here, starting at $27.30 approximately. So yeah, we'll see if Link can melt through this weekly supply zone or not. I mean, first test of the weekly supply right now since January. So in the past, there were a lot of sellers here. All right, we'll see. Now in a bull market, obviously sellers get overpowered by the buyers, which is why we see price pump up. Is there enough buyers right now to push price above this supply? We're going to find out. But all in all, I mean, the entry was definitely earlier in the week. If you don't have a time preference, if you don't care if this dips back down to the low 20s, then you can buy it now. Because again, this, in my opinion, will go on to make a new all-time high. If you don't have a time preference, now is a perfect price. But if you want to be more of a technical trader, it's not the time at all to buy in a weekly supply zone. So that's my opinion on Chainlink. And again, I mean, we shared this earlier in the week here inside of the Mastermind with the entry over here at $23.94. And what happened, lads? What happened? I mean, it came down to the lows at 23.42, but didn't touch our stop, and it is up. So yeah, I mean, that's the take on Chainlink right now for the day. Fiendsta, I hope that helps, brother. Semi says, isn't the top of the cycle with USDT dominance at 3.3%? Yes, that is the macro target indeed. You are correct, sir. But the next level lower is 3.8. All right? So we take it level by level, and the next one is 3.8. After that, we come into the macro target range at 3.4, 3.3 down here. Shout out to Matthew Black. Shout out to Silvadala. My man Silvadala, what is going on? Smash up the like button, guys. Let's get some hype in here. Super Chem says great content. Dave says just Ethereum. Is baby ETH a coin? If it is, I'm not looking at it. So BTC rolling over, taking a breath. So yeah, Bitcoin right now, look, this is, I mean, look at the daily. This is supply. Okay, this is a drop, base drop. Quite a strong drop from over here at 117, the 117 area. So yeah, this is a supply zone for sure. So we can expect price to stall. So we're going to find out, yeah, if this is just taking a breather or if it's going to rip up. Now, again, we want to wait for our daily candle to close. This is supply. This is resistance where price just reacted from. And we're getting the expected reaction. So it shouldn't really shouldn't be too shocking. But the strength is definitely strong right now. So yeah, let's keep an eye on that. Bob says, I'm in Tao, just saying the logic of missing the trade after it did like 10,000%. So it didn't do, I mean, I guess it did do 100x from if you bought it in the Discord before it got listed on exchanges. But yeah, again, it's still a very different chart from something like KTA, very different situation. We got Brasco Bad Boy in the building. What is up, Brasco Bad Boy? Great to see you. And we have Perry 1-4. And big shout out to Kenel for the super chat. Thank you. Asking about React. We will look at that right now. But Perry says, do you think that ETH will continue to outperform others? Most alts, thoughts on rotating big alts into ETH, or it's too late, risky now? It's not too late, in my opinion. If anything, it would be too early. If you want to rotate your alts into ETH. I think that the time for alts to really outperform ETH hasn't happened yet. Right? This is interesting. I mean, we're getting there, right? We have Tau in our weekly demand. Tau versus ETH in our weekly demand. SUI versus ETH also in weekly demand, or it's just touching it now. So it looks like this could potentially be the start of some coins starting to outperform ETH, or ETH just continues to chad and pump, and these end up going for lower, which means they'll continue to underperform Ethereum for quite some time. But yeah, if you want to rotate big alts into ETH, like if you have a coin like SUI or Tau and you want to sell it for ETH right now, it's like selling to try and buy back lower. I don't recommend doing that. So I would say no. If you have conviction in an altcoin bag, just know it's probably going to be it's going to trade much higher than it is now if it's a strong bag, if it's a good coin. But yeah, selling it to go into ETH and then selling that ETH to go back into the coin, it's kind of like selling a coin to USDT to try and buy it back like 10% lower, in my opinion. It doesn't really make that much sense. That's just my take, though. And then we have React. Let's check out React on KuCoin. So weekly, my first thought on this coin, let me get rid of this for now. My first thought on this coin is that this is a bull flag on the weekly. First glance, first look, within 2 seconds of looking at it. Going down to the daily, yes, it does look like a bull flag. Resistance over here at 8.99 cents, basically 9 to 10 cents resistance. And yeah, I mean, strong move in, bull flag. It looks like it wants to break out. Now, if it comes down to the bottom of the flag over here, that's an opportunity to buy it, but it's a bullish setup. It's a very bullish setup. It's quite bullish. And let's take a look. So, looking at this support from over here, we're basically right on it. So, big reclaim, bull flagging on this support resistance flip. It looks like it wants to pump, yeah. Let's go take a checkup on ETH right now. So still going for it. Still holding strong up here. We'll go to the 1 month time frame, right? And on the 1 month, we are above our supply. I mean, we're in supply, okay? Because again, when it comes to supply and demand, the bulk of the liquidity is in the candle body, but it is perfectly valid to draw your supply and demand zones up to the highest wick, 100%. So this is still 1 month supply without a doubt. Yeah, we'll see how we go, lads. We want to see how the daily candle closes. So scale SKL, that's an old coin from previous cycles. Let's go take a look at SKL real quick. Big volume came in on this breakout, the pullback. Yeah, it probably, I want to say it likely does go for continuation. This is interesting though. We have, we have the daily 200 EMA and a partially mitigated hidden order block at 2.7 cents. So maybe if you really want to buy this, you can set limit orders down here to maybe catch a good entry. But yeah, I mean, it looks quite strong, and being that, again, we're not in altcoin season, there's still time to load up on bags that you believe in, because you'll probably be able to make some decent gains from them. We got our boy Man with a Plan. Great to see you. Great to see you, Man with a Plan. It's been a while. What's up, lad? Same words as always, DCA into SPX 6900. Have a fantastic run. Yes, sir. Cheers to that, brother. Let's check up on that. 1.4 billion. Bouncing from a logical place over here. So I will be watching this diagonal break. This would be the signal that this is going to really start its next run, and its next pump would be this diagonal breakout of the trend line. But yeah, reacting from a level of demand over here, so good to see that. Glaucus, he says, sharing the link to these videos helps the algorithm. I would appreciate it if you guys shared it. Yeah, for sure. We have Angel as well. What is going on, Angel? Great to see you. React used to be Parsec. Okay, that's an old coin, I see. Interesting. Pangu. Yes, sir. Don't forget who called this one in a video. But anyways. Yeah, I mean, look, demand probably on the weekly, right? Not really. 3-day. Not great. 2-day. There's our 2-day, right? 2-day demand clean. Never close below it. And again, you can take your demand from the wick and good reaction. Same thing we just looked at on SPX. The real signal would be the break of the diagonal, but obviously buying in demand is going to give you the best entry, right? Some people like to trade continuation. I know people that trade Wyckoff a lot of the times, they like to buy the breakout, but in essence, a lot of the times that is buying resistance. If you want to get the best entries possible, you want to learn to trade supply and demand. That's going to allow you to buy the lows. But yeah, right now you should be looking for the break of this diagonal for continuation. But everything is pumping right now, so it looks good. Super Chems, he says, thanks for the alpha, Connor. No worries. Made some dough off of Trev back in the day based on my video. Good to hear that, man. Glad you made some dough. Glad you made some dough, lad. Hopefully everyone's making dough right now with this market pump, right? Hopefully everyone's making some dough. Let's wait to see what happens here with our daily candle closes. It's a very exciting time. Now is not the time to be scared whatsoever in this market. All right? Even if this is just a manipulated pump and it ends up reversing, which as of right now looks quite unlikely, but who knows? We'll see how the day continues to shape up. But in general, have no fear at the current moment in time. The bulls are strong. It's good to be bullish. All right? ETH is going to make new all-time highs. Altcoins are going to be significantly higher than they are now in the coming weeks to months. Check the altcoin season index. It's not an altcoin season, lads. We have a lot of upside on a lot of these coins to go. So stay strong out there. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this live stream. If you did, you know what to do. Smash up the like button if you haven't smashed the like button yet. Subscribe to the channel if for some reason you're watching this and you're not subscribed to the channel. And I'll see you in the next video, lads. Have a great rest of your day. Connor from Crypto Empire signing out. I appreciate you all being here.